And we are back. Oh, this actually looks okay. A little bit worried that we might have to drive through the crop, but I'm thinking if we disengage the worker round about now. %52%. Ooh. So the plan here is now to run the headland so that I have a little bit more room to manoeuvre. It's a little bit tight, or at least the view is a little bit restricted. All right. So this side of the field's looking reasonably okay. Got a couple of patches at the bottom. I'm going to have to get in the cab to watch this. So view out the front of this with this size header, not too bad actually. Can I look straight? That's more looking straightforward. The only problem is the right hand side of the header is occluded by the computer screen. However, typically I would probably be more likely to be looking at the left end of the header, since that's the side that I am doing. I'm harvesting along the edge. It's really only the first lap of the field where we are trying to protect the auger. That we're harvesting to the left edge of, or the right hand edge of the header. 25-foot header, probably okay. It's a better width, so it pushes the edge of the header out, so it should still all be in view. I would possibly change the field of view so that I can see a little bit more width on the screen. I tend to use default field of view, so we're not. This is what most people, if they, loaded the game and just went with it, this is what you would see out of the front. Actually, to be fair, harvesting from this viewpoint isn't too bad. What I'm finding a little bit disconcerting is the view, the camera position in the cab when I'm driving on the roads. I'm seeing too much of the roof and I'm looking down too much, so I can't see long distances ahead. I'm guessing it's the camera view is optimized for the harvester's lift. I was saying when you unfold the harvester, it lifts the front up, which gives you better clearance on the header trailer, but it also gives you a better view range. And when you're running the harvester across the field, you're not usually looking what's directly in front of you. You're looking at the tree on the far side of the field that you're driving towards as you're cutting through. And we are, oh, this is close. Are we going to make it out of this, or am I going to have to shenanigans? I'm going to have to shenanigans. Fortunately, there's space to manoeuvre here, so we should have enough room to get the tractor in. Now this wasn't a full tank, so a full grain tank, so we're a little light at the moment. But we still have time to empty the grain tank again. Before the trailer's full, and we won't get a full tank. What are we doing? 7%, 4, 3, 2, 1, done. So I think there's enough grass over there that we can actually turn this around to get out. So that's a good thing. Oh, hi squirrel. But still holding by my reckoning that this is gonna take, did I say 4 truckloads? Well, 4 runs to the mill. They may not be 100% full at the end. We can tidy up this edge. Yes. We should be good. I'll probably run up the field along this edge again and then start 2 more headlands around. So I think we're kind of at the point where the auger can be on the outside again. I'm guessing we've got enough capacity on the harvester to run twice round from here. However, what I might end up doing is we'll cut this edge of the field each time we do a lap. Then we can do our canola. We'll stick that on cruise for a moment. So I've got baling contracts turned up. Yeah, see, we've got cultivating on 131, which we already did. I think there's a fair amount of contracts in the middle. And I'm not really inclined to do those too much, just because it's a pain in the butt to get to them. Plus, we're risking, if they're all the same crop type, if I was going to do, where is it? If I was going to do the contracts around here, I would do all of the wheat contracts, then all the barley contracts, then all the oat contracts. And the risk there is completing a contract or completing the wrong contract. You've delivered Field 48's product after harvesting Field 47, so you've now got to harvest Field 47 in order to deliver, or Field 48 in order to deliver Field 47's product, and that could get you into trouble with the disappearing contracts if the game crashes or if you voluntarily exit. So that's why doing these three was a lot more comfortable with that situation, because each field was a different thing. The problem is the advantage here is that the grain mill is close enough that I'm not just 100% carting and paying a worker to do it all for me. However, up at the top of the map, it can be a pain getting in and out of the field area, and so you end up taking a lot of time just getting to the road, and then from that point down to the grain mill, it's still a long trek. I think we've done quite well picking the yard where it is. It's not too far from places of interest, and it's not it's kind of a long way from the bakery, I'll give it that. But generally we're shipping from the flour mill to the bakery, so we already have to go out that way. And the best store in town appears to be the what's it called? The one that's over there. That one. The Maypole Exports seems to be commonly the best price product, so that's not very convenient for me. But if I'm delivering tomatoes there and then going off to pick up the bread and delivering the bread there too, then I'm not really upset, because I had to be out that way anyway. So it's a continuous, it's a productive drive both ways, because I'm driving, I have to go to the bakery regardless of whether I go anywhere else. I did make a bit of a mistake, which is how I know that selling at the grocery store doesn't give you environmental score, and that was I was driving the bread back, and I got practically back to my farm, and then realised, I didn't unload the bread, so I dropped it off at the grocery and didn't get an environmental bonus, and thought, well, that kind of sucks a bit. Okay, we are nearly full again. Where's my tractor? Over there. I think we're going to make it round to where the tractor is, though I could be wrong. So yes, definitely going with Maypole Exports in order to take advantage of the environmental bonus. Yes, we've only done 2 headlands, so we need to go around again. And although we might not do it this time, this is not going to empty the harvester. So I think what I'll do is I'll empty this I'll run to the end of this row. It doesn't really matter doing a headland round here because this is the up-down stretch. So we'll empty this. I'll run the harvester forward to the end here and then probably go back to there and set it running north-south pitches until maybe east-west pitches, whatever they work out at. Oh, it's 60% full. Oh, that's horrible. And this is where I don't, having a grain cart that unloads a better percentage of grain is so much better. Although, I mean, the grain cart we have is dirt cheap. But we are now at 65% full. I'm doubting I can get back to the mill and back before this thing is full. So it's going to be sitting and idling with a worker getting paid. Not the greatest of plans. But it is what it is. So need to get that lined up, get that on a worker, and bounce over to this thing. Yeah, and that's why, because we've only filled it 18,510. It is max weight, 91% volume. So that's what I was saying about the wheat being quite a heavy grain. And another reason to actually like this truck, because the modder has made sure that the weight limits are in effect for this trailer. Now, I mean, this trailer can haul some serious weight. I'm hitting very few weight limits on the various things we load in it. Obviously, stones. I cannot fill, much past 50-60%. Wheat, we can only get 90 something percent, 91%. But a lot of the other grains we can go to 100% capacity. There are some trailers where with wheat you can only get 60% of the volume capacity loaded. We already have created some more flour. So, and that can limit your decisions, It's one of the deals with the early trailers. A lot of people go with this one because it's 17,500 and has a capacity of up to 22.5. This has a capacity of 12.1. This at its base has a capacity of 12.6. The problem is even running at 12.6, there are many things that will not fill this up completely. This has a much better weight tolerance, 16 tons, 13 tons. So this can carry 3 tons more than that, and that's where the weight limit comes in. Oh, vehicle leasing costs, we just lost another £10,000. We really did. Monies. Yeah, we're up to 22. So, ugh. So doing all this contracting stuff. Oh, and the harvester's full. Damn. I'm gonna do a quick Send the worker home. Because I don't need to be paying someone for sitting in the field playing on their cell phone while they wait for me to get there. So yeah, potentially the way to do wheat with this is to fill the trailer twice and then set a worker off on the harvester. And don't worry about, we probably can't top up the trailer with a partial. Well, we can, but 2 full loads gets us 42% full, and so if we filled up the harvester, we'd only get another, 7. Get about 30% out of it, so it leaves us 60% in the harvester, which isn't enough capacity for doing all this. Okay, so that was the first trip. How's that look? How much have we done? Doing that one. We're already 50% done, so I guess maybe I need to revise my estimate. We're going to run 3 trips down to the store, not 4. And the last one's going to be very short. So, we've done all 3 headlands across the top here. It's a shame we're not driving the other way. Contract on field is now 50% done. Didn't look to see how 18.5 to 28,000. So we've only got to deliver 10,000 more. It's not too bad. I'm going to take an easy turn here. And then, what were we running? 225. 222, 3, 4, and 5-ish. Cut through here. And this is where having GPS actually helps, because I can have the GPS lines pre-plotted and position myself so there is exactly 36, 40, 54 feet to the right of me of crop still to harvest. You can use the XY coordinates that currently say 1190, 1120. You can use those to estimate number of feet into the field. So I think they're about a foot. Each point is a foot further. Okay, this is where we probably need a 3rd headland, so we might try and pull that off. Turn it a bit carefully here. That's not too bad. Cut across there. So that's 3 headlands to the right. And I can turn around. I'll do the 3rd headland to the left. And then we'll get back on the cut-in. Of course, now the cut-in is complete. If we end up part way down the field, we can get the grain cart in to unload. Okay, we are 39% full. So yeah, I have discarded some trailer mods that do not cater for maximum weight, just because I feel it's an aspect of the game I like playing with, and so if the mod doesn't include a trailer weight, then it can actually cause problems with the physics. If you've got a trailer that's technically, is capable, if you overload a trailer by weight, it can get very squiffy and bad things happen. So if you take the semi-trailer for liquids and put it on the MAN truck, and then turn off weight limits and fill it full of milk, it can get very uncontrollable. Whereas if you keep the weight limits on, it's only going to fill to about 70%, but the whole rig is much more stable as you're driving it. So that's where that's my general feelings on it. So if you haven't included weight limits on your trailer, then it can cause physics problems if I overload it. Even though the weight's not there, the weight's behind my tractor, the weight's still affecting the balance of the trailer, and can cause issues with too much weight on the hitch, or too little weight on the hitch, too much weight behind the wheels, and thus too little weight on the hitch, and it just makes the tractor too flighty. Okay, how are we doing? 72%? So another... When we get down to the bottom here, we'll probably be midway up this field going back the other way when it's time to empty it. So I will probably do a empty out into the grain cart and then run off to the grain mill again.